Hello everyone and welcome to this special lesson. Today, I want to talk to you about something that has the power to change your life, learning English. If you've been struggling or feeling lost, let me tell you, you're not alone. I've been there too. I know how difficult it can feel when you want to express yourself in English but don't have the confidence or the right tools. But here's the good news, you're not stuck. You can improve, and I'm going to show you how. Imagine your dream life. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Close your eyes and think about the life you want to live. Maybe you dream of traveling to other countries, meeting new people, or getting your dream job. Perhaps you simply want to feel confident in a conversation. Whatever your dream is, I want you to hold on to it because learning English can bring you closer to that dream. But remember, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a journey, and every small step you take matters. My personal story. Let me share something personal with you. When I started learning English, I felt overwhelmed. I didn't know where to start. I would open a book and feel frustrated because I couldn't understand the words. I'd try to speak, but my tongue felt heavy, and I'd make so many mistakes. People would laugh, and honestly, I felt like giving up. But here's what kept me going. I reminded myself why I was doing it. I wanted to connect with the world. I wanted to feel proud of myself. I knew that if I gave up, would regret it forever. The basics of learning English. Let's start from the beginning. The first thing you need to understand is that learning English is not just about studying grammar or memorizing words. It's about making English a part of your daily life. Think of it like building a house. The foundation is your motivation and consistency. Without these, the house will fall. Staying motivated. You might ask, how do I stay motivated? The answer is simple but powerful. You need a clear reason why you want to learn English. Maybe it's for your career, family, or dreams. Or maybe it's simply because you love the language. Write this reason down and remind yourself of it every day. Whenever you feel like giving up, look at that piece of paper and say, "This is why I'm doing it." Immersing yourself in English. Once you've built your foundation, the next step is to immerse yourself in English as much as possible. You don't need to go to an English-speaking country to do this. You can create an English environment right where you are. Start listening daily. Listen to the sound, rhythm, and how words connect. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. The goal is to train your ears. Examples. Start with kids' shows or easy podcasts. Listen to English songs and try to sing along. Watch movies with subtitles. At first, use subtitles in your native language. Then switch to English subtitles. Eventually, watch without subtitles. It feels like magic when you can understand naturally. Speaking in English. Listening is just one part of the process. You also need to speak. I know it can feel scary, especially if you're worried about making mistakes. But here's a secret, mistakes are your best friends. Mistakes are proof that you're learning. When you make a mistake, you learn what to do differently next time. Start small. Talk to yourself about your day. Describe what you see. Practice conversations in your head. For example, one day, I decided to speak English to myself while cooking. I'd say things like, I am cutting tomatoes. Now I'm adding salt. At first, it felt silly, but over time, it became natural. The more I spoke, the more confident I became. Writing in English. Another thing that really helped me was keeping a journal in English. Every night, I'd write about my day, what I did, how I felt, and what I learned. At first, my sentences were very simple. I went to the market. I bought apples. Over time, my sentences became longer and more detailed. Writing helped me organize my thoughts and practice using new words. Building vocabulary. A lot of people think they need to learn thousands of words to speak English. That's not true. You only need a few hundred words to start having conversations. Focus on words you use every day, like eat, go, happy, and work. Don't just memorize words, use them. Make sentences, ask questions, and play with the language. The power of reading. When I began learning English, I realized that reading was the key to expanding my world. Start with simple things like children's stories or short articles. Choose something you enjoy, like a recipe or a story, to stay motivated. Don't rush. Take your time to understand sentences. If you come across a word you don't know, try to guess its meaning. For example, in "The cat jumped over the wall," if you don't know the word jumped, you can guess it's a type of movement. Write the word down, look it up later, and learn how to use it in sentences. Thinking in English. Reading helps you learn how sentences are formed and how ideas are expressed. Over time, this will train your brain to think in English. Start narrating your daily life in English. I'm brushing my teeth. The toothpaste is minty. The sun is shining. I need to buy some vegetables. At first, it might feel strange, but as you practice, it will become natural. Learning through context. Reading also introduces you to different sentence structures and grammar naturally. For example, if you read, "She has been studying for 2 hours," you're learning the present perfect continuous tense without focusing on grammar rules. Isn't that amazing? Another tip I want to share is to read out loud. When you read aloud, you're practicing speaking at the same time. It helps you improve your pronunciation, learn the rhythm of the language, and gain confidence. You don't need to read for hours. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. Let me tell you about a turning point in my learning journey. One day, I picked up a book that was slightly above my level. It was challenging, and I struggled with many words, but I didn't give up. I kept reading, and by the end of the book, I felt like I had climbed a mountain. That experience taught me that it's okay to step out of your comfort zone. Choose something that challenges you but not so much that it feels impossible. Building a habit. Reading every day, even for just 10 minutes, is more powerful than reading for an hour once a week. Consistency is the secret ingredient. Find a time in your day when you can read regularly. It could be in the morning with your coffee, during your lunch break, or before bed. Make it a part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Keeping a notebook. Another thing I highly recommend is keeping a notebook. Write down new words, phrases, or sentences you find interesting. But don't stop there. Review them regularly and use them in your writing and speaking. This active learning will help you retain what you've learned. Speaking of notebooks, I remember I used to keep a small one in my pocket. Whenever I heard or read a new word, I jotted it down. Later, I'd make sentences with it and practice saying them out loud. It was a simple habit, but it made a huge difference in my learning. A fun activity. After you finish reading something, try to summarize it in your own words. For example, if you read a short story, think about the main idea and retell it to yourself in English. This will help you improve your understanding and speaking skills at the same time. Enjoy the process. Remember, learning English is not just about studying, it's about enjoying the process. Think of it as an adventure where every word you learn is a new discovery. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Part 3. Building writing skills and gaining confidence. Writing in English is one of the most powerful tools for mastering the language. It helps you organize your thoughts, improve grammar, and learn how to express yourself clearly. Many learners hesitate to write because they feel their English isn't perfect. But here's the truth, nobody writes perfectly the first time. Writing is about practice, mistakes, and improvement. Starting small. How do you begin writing in English? Start small and build up. When I began improving my writing skills, I didn't aim for big essays or stories. I started with short sentences. Today I went to the park. I saw a bird. It was blue. These sentences might seem basic, but they are the building blocks of writing. Once you're comfortable, you can add more details. This morning, I walked to the park near my house. The air was fresh, and the trees were full of colorful flowers. Adding details makes your writing more engaging and helps you learn new words and sentence structures. Write about your daily life. One of the easiest ways to practice writing is to keep a journal. Write about your day, your thoughts, or your plans. Don't worry about grammar or spelling at first, just focus on putting your ideas on paper. Example journal entry. Today was a busy day. I woke up at 7 a.m. and made breakfast. I had toast and eggs with tea. Then I went to work. It was a little stressful, but I finished all my tasks. In the evening, I watched a movie with my family. I felt relaxed and happy. Even if you write just 5 sentences a day, you're making progress. Practice writing conversations. Another great way to improve your writing is by practicing conversations. Imagine you're texting a friend in English. Write a short dialogue. Me, hi, how are you? Friend, I'm good, thanks. How about you? Me, I'm fine. What are you doing today? Friend, I'm going to the market. I need to buy some groceries. This exercise helps you learn how to express yourself naturally and prepares you for real-life interactions. Part 4. Unlocking your full potential in English. In this last part, we're diving deep into the advanced yet practical strategies that will elevate your English learning experience. We'll focus on cultivating habits that bring long-term results, learning from real-life scenarios, and inspiring you to keep moving forward with confidence and purpose. Tools to build your personalized English toolkit. A journal for daily practice. Dedicate a notebook for writing about your day in English. Write about your emotions, what you learned, or even your dreams. Example: today, I felt proud because I spoke confidently in English with a colleague. Custom vocabulary lists. Focus on the words and phrases that match your interests or career. Example: the patient was diagnosed with a rare condition. An audio recorder. Record your voice when practicing speaking or reading. Listening to yourself helps you identify areas for improvement and track progress over time.